everybody, and welcome back to 3-2 Brew. Today we're going to be taking on the first half of the 16.05 CPS Premodern League. What you're looking at is an odd one if you've followed the channel for a little bit. We're actually going to be playing Control today. I know I've been an anti-control advocate for a long time, but I wanted to give this a shot. This is from a deck that I played against this past weekend at the New England Premodern Winter Regional. The deck that I pulled from is by Noah Shanning. Played against them in one of the rounds when I was on Goblins, and I really liked the deck and what it was offering, because it doesn't have standstill, and it felt like it was a lot more proactive instead of sit there, you know, drop lands, wait for someone to do something, break a standstill, etc. I personally like the way that this deck is constructed. I made some changes. I've been chatting with Noah quite a bit, and I'm still not perfect on the deck, but this is what I ended up submitting and at least giving it a run. So this is what I'm calling Standstill-less control, because it's just, we're so used to seeing standstill. I was shocked to not see standstill. I ended up making a couple of changes, and there's a couple more even after some further testing I probably would have made, but this is what I submitted to the league. We moved one Exalted Angel into the main. This gives us 4 main win cons alongside Decree of Justice. I also dropped one of the Wrath of Gods for Cataclysm. I really like having Cataclysm alongside an Exalted Angel. If you get late game and you can drop an Exalted Angel followed up by a Cataclysm, you're probably going to win the game if you're on a relatively empty board. There's not a whole lot of things that can race it outside of a Terravore, a Shrimp, and I guess the Eternal Dragon as well. So, you know, you gotta get yourself to that point, but I do like it a lot. Our instant suite is something that I think needs to be a little bit more tuned up in the future, but I don't hate the way it's sitting right now. We have 2 Force Spike, which through my testing has been underwhelming, sadly. I think with Tide, Force Spike is fantastic late, early, and mid game. But this is not a Tide deck because we do not, you know, bat in the Tide realm personally. So we are running 2 Force Spike. I think I'd like to swap that for 2 Annul in the future, but that's just, you know, initial thoughts. It's very good when you know you're going to be on the play. So if you're going into game 2 and you lost, you could side Force Spike in or what have you, but nonetheless, 4 Swords, 4 Accumulated Knowledge. I've been very impressed with this card. 4 Counterspell, 3 Disenchant. I do like this mix here as well. 4 Impulse. The original list had 3 Impulse and 2 Forbids, but I personally really think that Impulse kind of carries this deck. It often feels like the best card. This deck loves card selection. The more I played it, the more I realized how mana hungry it is. So that's just something to keep in mind in general. 2 Mana Leaks, which I think maybe should be 3 and a Forbidden here. I think that the Forbid should probably be dropped and go up to 3 Mana Leaks, but that's just what I've seen. And then 3 Factor Fiction. 1 Humility to go alongside our 3 Decree of Justice, 2 Wrath of God, and 1 Cataclysm. The Decree of Justice is very good in this deck. Even without Standstill, it still does a ton of work. 25 lands on a... This is the exact split that Noah had originally had, so I'm not going to touch it or toy with it. The sideboard I've done a bit of work to. I have 2 Crypts in here. This should maybe be 3. It's just this deck is a bit soft to fast combo from speaking to Noah, but nonetheless, still very good. 2 Annuls. I think Annul is just main deckable at this point. There's so many things you want to hit with Annul, and I really dig it game 1. 3 Total Blasts, I should just say. We have 3 Total Blasts on the side. Not completely respecting red. Red has been a bit hit or miss. As someone who just came off of a big red stint, I can't say red's in a great position. 3 Mage. Medley Mage is in addition to the sideboard from what Noah originally had, speaking to him. I haven't brought it in yet. I'm still learning how to use the card. There's definitely some matchups that it's very good against. So I just got to figure that one out. 2 Powder Kegs. I think Powder Keg is very underrated. It hits a lot of 1-drops. It hits elephant tokens. There's a lot of things that it kind of cleans up. I like it for 2 mana. It's a bummer it doesn't hit enchantments, but nonetheless, it's still very good. 2 Warmth to fend off the red decks a bit, and 2 Exalted Angel. I would say that I would consider dropping Warmth and adding 2 Chills instead and just trying to lock them out. as you set up your Wrath of Gods and stuff like that. That's all my potential list, but yeah, this is blue-white control. You're going to see me run through. It's not going to be the tightest games. I am not a blue-white control mage as of yet. I'm still learning the ways of the sword, as some may say. But yeah, overall, I'm very excited. This deck has felt very good. It's a lot less reactive than the standstills list that you normally see. And I spoke to Noah a lot on this, just trying to figure out how the deck plays, how it looks, etc., etc. I like the way that it plays. It feels very much like even if your opponent doesn't do anything because they're afraid of a counterspell, you still got Impulse and you still got Accumulated Knowledge and FOF and stuff like that. So it's a lot more proactive than your normal blue-white control list you see sitting around. It has a little bit more of a win con with an Exalted Angel in the main, but nonetheless, it's a super fun deck. I've really enjoyed it as someone who doesn't enjoy control. So I don't know. I'm just excited to play it. I do want to thank everybody who's been watching. I know that we've decreased the video count as of recent. I just need to with the way my life is moving. I want to make sure I can consistently give you guys content. So I appreciate everyone who's been leaving comments and, you know, just interacting with me. I love chatting and having a good time. So without further ado, though, let's hop on into it. Well, we got the play here. Ooh, interesting. We have our on the play for Spike. Gonna keep this. We got enough lands. We have a ton of stuff to draw into. Just gonna island pass here. I love to hit a bird. I'm just gonna force spike this. I don't want them taking my swords or my disenchant. Planes and just keep it pushing. We do gotta draw some action here. But if they drop a survival right now, we're looking a lot better. Therapy. See what they got. No counterspell here. A lot of lands, disenchant, and the swords. Good guess, though. I probably wouldn't have guessed it with the planes out, but that's just me personally. Ooh, we drew it off the top. Reverse Thoughtseize bug. Might be a bit giving it away with a coastal tower. No land drop, though, from them. It's nice for us. Okay, drawing into some gas here. They're due for another land. Uh-oh. Discard a call. Very nice for them. 3. Now, we can't quite deploy the Exalted Angel yet, which is okay. Ravenous Rats. Anything I really want to discard here? Yeah, I guess I can discard Wrath of God. This opponent isn't going to go wide on us. Let's see who they want to name here. They name Counterspell, they got it. Swords. That's fine. So I'm going to have Counterspell with Exalted Angel. This coming turn, which is not something I'm mad about. Ooh, double Counterspell. Let's see. 1, 2. They could have a Wasteland. Just going to keep this pushing, then. I'll probably just counter whatever they cast here. I'd really like another land, though. It's part of the issue. One more land allows me to hold up Counterspell. You do have a lot of tap lands in this deck, which is just a downside of the way it plays. Yeah, we're going to have to counter this. No choice. Go and fetch an island. No one's got a gun to my head. Oh, GG's. All right, we'll take that. So we're against the rack. Green-black rack, I believe. Salted Angel is very good here. Mage, I don't love. Keg doesn't clean a whole lot up. On the draw, the spikes can come out. As can the Forbid. I think I like everything else. Maybe one less Wrath of God. Powder Keg has play here as well. I'm actually going to take out that second Wrath of God. I don't think it plays as well here. My logic for that is that simply they're just not going wide. Ooh, tough hand. This deck has odd mana issues. I've kind of noticed from my time playtesting. Feels like you're always missing a color, which kind of sucks. I think it's Cataclysm to the bottom right now. I'm going to deploy a Fairy Conclave. If they go Tempting Worm here, it's not the worst thing. We can just drop a ton of lands in and swords it. Okay. Gonna put a Flooded Strand in and threaten a counterspell. I know we don't have it, but I have other options. Cabal Therapy. No counterspell. Why you always threaten it? I know the coast is clear almost for a Tempting Worm. It will just give me super ramp and allow me to decree. They may have some thoughts about doing that. There's a Wastes. I'm very, very interested to see how this matchup goes. I know I kept a really land-heavy hand, and it was on a mold of 5, but that's all right with me. I would like to stop drawing so many lands, though. Ideally. They could play Creature Flashback Therapy. That's very, very possible for them. Cycle of Thicket. Paying life to do so. Ravenous Rats. Very nice. I'm going to discard Ardcar Wastes. Alright. See if they want to hit Decree or Swords here. Swords. They want that Tempting Worm. I respect that. Okay, the rack. I don't quite think I'm in value decree zone yet. Look at that. Nice little Thoughtseize bug. I want to see him animate this treetop village so I can pick that sucker off. Okay. Just like the doctor ordered. Thoughtseize bugged him. 1, 2. Okay. Yep. The rack's going to get me a little bit. Which is fine. We can take one hit from a tempting worm. And then I can hit the rack. Hit the rack. AK is nice. We're just going to pass through. Hopefully hit this Decree of Justice. All right. I'm going to go grab Plains. And then I'm going to go grab Island. I'm going to say okay. Discard AK. Sadly, not the largest decree, but it will buy us a smidgen of time. Done. Factory is not a bad pickup. Impulse. That feels very good right now. Oop, I'm an idiot. All right. We can chump for a turn. I might even double chump. Nah, I'm not going to double chump. Hope they have nothing. That's fantastic. Humility. Beautiful. They try to disenchant, then I can just counterspell. Eat them up with a naturalize. Hopefully they don't have more of them. I can put soldier token in front of worm. Okay. They want the beats. I respect that. We're in a very advantageous position now. Wow. Okay. Until they deal with my humility, that's just not the area I want to be in. They have a smother, it's not a big deal. Okay. All right, we'll take 2 more from them. I do need to draw some gas here. Another tempting worm. Okay. All right, let me lead on this. Factor fiction. Double factory. This is a heck of a lineup here. Any order. Play factory. Say okay. I mean, if they have oodles of smothers left, then it is what it is. But okay. attacks. I don't know if I'd sacrifice a Fairy Conclave here. Call the herd. Disenchant. Okay. Dust Bowl can start eating them up. I like that. Mana Leak has gotten worse. I would like another Disenchant in my back pocket, just in case. I mean, if they give me the top pile, I'm going to take it without hesitation. Dust Bowl is very good, but that's not how I'm winning this game, you know? Tough proposition here. But I think I go with the bottom pile. Hope I don't regret it. Doesn't look like I will be. Okay. Well, we gotta get up here. And I do think it is appropriate to block. They might have a Disenchant by this point. They do not. Okay. I am just gonna hit him with a Mana Leak. It's gotta be tilting because I took that off the top. Second factory. Now we're really just cooking full gas right now. Let's see. 1, 2. All right. Okay. We have defenses up. They're not perfect defenses, but they are defenses. I'm just going to continue to chip away at their mana sources. This is going to be a tough fight. I'm not going to lie. I am completely shields down right now. It's a bit nerve-wracking. Which one's newly controlled? Neither of them? Okay. Okay. I can smother one. That's fine. I got my 1/1 morph, so once I can clear their elephant, I can start really beating with the factory. The null is not a bad pickup. Drop in the Coastal Tower. Treetop. Now that's a legitimate issue. So we're going to have to clear that right now. Just wipe out a plains. Can't be having that. Stick around. Another Coastal Tower. I'm alright just sitting in draw go for a bit here. You can have my annul. That makes you happy. And that's a great pickup. I don't think it's quite time to pop it yet. Okay. No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to begin the beats here. I am just going to put a block on. Tempting Worm. Okay. AK. Draw 2. Here I can kick it off with a factory. If they try to blow me out on a humility, we should be a-okay. I can take one here. It's not like we're going to get Lightning Bolt. And there's a Decree of Justice. Okay. Yes. Just going to put this up to 2, sack it. And I'm going to just pass on through here. There's an Elephant the Elephant token. Still just a 1/1. Okay. Done. Humility just putting in incredible work right now. That was a crazy pickup. Swords them. Just going to get in the red zone. We have Counterspell. Counterspell. Yep, I know they have flashback. That doesn't bother me. Blue, blue. And a factory. Choose pile 1. Okay. All right. GG's. Controlled them out there. Fantastic 2-0. Never going to complain about that. This deck is feeling very, very nice. All righty. Let's hop into the next one. On the play here. Let's see if we get a decent opening hand. not in love with it. A little too much colorless in there for me. This hand's much nicer. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna bottom the Ardcar wastes. Okay. I'll just play an island and pass for now. We'll probably end up fetching blue, but not a big deal to me. We'll be able to impulse off of this or counterspell. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to burn a counterspell on that. I can just impulse. I have decent land. I think I'm just going to impulse. Grab impulse again. And just swiftly disenchant that. This is looking like blue-green survival. Well, madness survival. It is Walrus Madness, so hey, they're sticking to their name, and I respect that. Wild Mongrel. Ain't gonna save them from my swords. Let them eat that up. Hold up counterspell and impulse. Didn't want them to get the untapped value. So. Aquamoeba. I think I'd like this. Ooh, I meant to counterspell there. Well, I mucked that one up. That's alright. No land drop, which is a bit rough. Swords here. There's a root wallow, so they get more life this way. I could hit the root wallow, but I'm not going to. So we have a backup plow. And they're going to discard a Roar of the Worm. Okay. Yeah, I really mucked that one up. That one's on me. Okay. They can pump, so I'm not going to lay a block down. Also takes me off a counter spell. Okay. Another Foff. I will continue to let the beats happen. Frantic Research is okay with me. Days and Waterfront Bouncer. Very nice. Missing land drops hurts in this deck. I am going to let a Foff rip here. See if they have any counter magic for me. Okay. Circular Logic the long way. I'm just going to Swords the Root Wallow. Okay. Not hitting lands, though. Kind of hurting. We stuck a lot of lands on the bottom. I guess this is a bit of payback for that. There we go. We need to slowly continue to assemble them. I'd like to get Foff with a counterspell backup. That would be ideal for me. All right, we have that. Asking you shall receive, I guess. That is a sorcery. And pop a Foff here. Counterspell. They have another one. Well, that's rough. Can't win them all. That's all right. We'll hold up AK. We still have counterspell. That just automatically resolved. So we're going to counterspell here. Okay. Decree is very nice. We'll give that a cycle and a turn. At the minimum, it'll be able to stop the Roar of the Worm token. Yep. Cycle this. Okay. They are F6. 3 little buggers. Continue on. Just lay down some chumps. Don't got to worry about nothing. I'd like some protection for this FOF, but don't think I'm going to get it. Put a block down here. Okay. An arrogant worm. Force spike, counterspell, factories. It's a pretty nasty setup. So I'm just going to force spike this thing. If they have days, I'll pay for it. That's simple. Alrighty. Play a factory. I think it's time to boot up a fairy conclave. Just get in with a little bit of business here. Okay. Put another soldier token in front of it. Don't gotta worry about it. Okay. Bring up a fairy conclave. And I think a factory as well. That way I can get to work. I'm not going to pump in case I can mana leak and then pay for days. Well, we've taken a bit of an aggro plan here. More aggro than I originally intended. Oh no! Drop the land! Oh. Screw that up. Aquamoeba. Okay. Put a block down there. That's a beautiful draw. Wrath of God. Okay. Mana leak. Okay. Fire up the factory and just get some beats in. We are behind on clock. That's alright though. Hopefully we can close relatively fast here. Aloth. It's a bit of a problem for us, but not the largest. What we can do then is just boot up. And then boot up. And then just move in for some attacks. Theoretically, in the future, we can always lay a block down on the Ravenous Baloth if we feel the need to. With the Mishra's Factory on a double pump. I would kill for the Decree of Justice right now. Okay. Boot up. Guess we can actually just go like this, can't we? I can boot that factory up. Attack. They'd have to do something right now. Okay, frantic search. I can't stop an arrogant worm. That's a bit of a bummer. All I have is disenchant. Oh man, that is frustrating. Come on, deck, give me some card draw, please. Draw on the opposite side of the deck that I wanted to draw, which is fine. Sitting here, Disenchant's rotten. It's a good deck for Disenchant too. It's the most aggravating part of it. We just are kind of hitting everything that's a bit of gunk, sadly. Alright, we're there in the air. That's fine. We can block Factory into Rootwalla and trade, but that doesn't really fix the issue at hand. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. They hit their card draw. We just didn't hit quite enough of it. Okay, frantic search. We're just sitting here with a disenchant in hand. Ah. Okay. Well, they got their wonder in the graveyard. We're gonna need graveyard hate. We need a sweeper right here, right now. No other option. Sadly enough, that does not stabilize us. GG's. Well, we lost one on the play against Madness. I feel like this is not a great matchup for us. Angels are very good, I feel like. I like Anoles a lot more than I like Force Spike against them. Powder Keg might also be good here. Forbid can go. Counterspell, Mana Leak, very good. Disenchants are pretty darn good. Humility is very good. Cataclysm? It's probably worse, sadly. It was a nice game. Walrus Madness. Let's see. Maybe we don't need 2 Angel. Force Spike, Forbid. Maybe 1 less Impulse. Bringing in Answers. Definitely taking the play here. Great hand if it had some mana. Alright. We have some mana. I think I bottom plains and I risk it for the biscuit. Coastal Tower. Flooded Strand. Just in case they got some weirdness they want to pull here. We're gonna Impulse. I think in this position, I don't I don't want to put decree on the bottom. Yeah, I think long term we just take decree. And disenchant. Disenchant means they're going to get a frantic search this turn. Maybe it is better to just counterspell that, but I'm not 100% sure. Factory, keep it pushing. Okay, Dust Bowl. We're not completely online with colors, but we're not looking terrible either. Gonna leave the lands in my deck. I have my decree. Mana leak is getting worse by the turn, but we're hitting land drops, and that's all we can ask for. We're at what, 4 little buggers if we were to cycle right now? Blue, counterspell. Mana leak. Okay. Another counterspell. We take that. Probably end up cycling here, even though it's only 4 little buggers, unless we have to counterspell. Then we will counterspell. Genesis. Sucks to have to burn a counterspell on that. I think we let it go. I think we just cycle here. Put 4 little buggers on. Okay. Drop out Crypt. No, we'll leave it there. Sucks we just drew Crypt. Countering that would have been so much better if we would have just known, but we didn't know. So. I'm gonna boot up the factory. Lay a block down. Pump it. Pump it. Pump up the jam. Yep, not letting them have it. That's fine. I'm gonna make you work for it. Okay. Just gonna sack it. Don't want to have to worry about it. Manic Search. I really need to get this Exalted Angel online. All right, they found one of their squeeze. Okay. They get their squee back. Wild Mongrel. Good for them. Turn that face up. I'm going to look real bad here. If they discard their hand, wonder, and do all that nonsense. That would be a real bummer. We're racing. I'm currently winning the race. They find a wonder, though. I'm dust. Okay. Drop a nice little kegger out. Little keggerino. Okay. I will put a fuse counter on it. I'm going to hang out for a turn. So I would like to be able to get rid of the wild mongrel without having to worry about nothing. I'm going to sacrifice planes. Okay. It's taking care of that. Okay, no blocks from them. Very nice. We have an annul for the next madness or survival. Feels like a tough matchup for us, personally. No. Oh, that's pretty much game over. Should have booted up the factory. That's a complete whiff on my end. Okay. Powder keg. Okay. Okay. What do they have? Like fling? It's got to be fling, right? I'm not quite sure the point. I think that they were just trying to eat basically time on my clock this whole time. They did a good job of it. GG's. On the draw, do I want to toy with a meddling mage to gunk up the board a bit more? If so, what do I cut for it? I don't think so. On the draw and 3 minutes behind on the clock. This is a nice opening hand. I will keep this. This is shaping up pretty well. We're going to take them the distance here, see how it works. Yeah, we're at a disadvantageous spot for that type of activity, but is what it is. Hmm. It's all right. I think we can let this go for a turn. Hold up counterspell. Alrighty. There's a strong chance they can push through a counterspell on me. Being on the draw here is just very tough against Daze. But we got to do what we got to do. That's okay as well. We can use Impulse to dig for us. See what they want to do here. Do they want to pump? Yes, no. They do. So they're in beatdown mode. Oh no, I meant to cast Impulse. Idiot. Swords the Mongrel. Okay. Yeah, I mucked that one up. That one's on me. Just clicking through. Trying to play a little too fast because of the clock. I don't think I care all that much about that. Okay. Let them commit to the board here. See a pump. I'm going to impulse. Believe it's another impulse. I don't know if this is going to work. It did. Very nice. Okay. Okay. They're going to get quite a bit of survival activations here. We do have the disenchant for it. So they pitched a wild mongrel there. There's a root walla. Okay. I'm not going to be able to hold up counterspell here. Okay. Root walla is joining the fray. Should go get. They're going to Genesis. Interesting. An impulse here. Flooded strand. Perfect. That's what we're looking for. We can make 2 little buggers now. Okay, frantic search. Wonder would be a real issue. We wouldn't be able to tangle much with a wonder. Arrogant worm. That's very difficult. Okay. We kind of need to get Angel online ASAP. Because now they can pump Root Walla. Yeah, I'm down pretty low. They got 7 on board. I'm going to be at 1. Okay. They are completely tapped out. I actually can't fetch. Huh. This is a precarious position. Okay. We're gonna have to cycle decree here. And pray we hit a land. Genesis is an issue, but it's not the biggest issue. I'm gonna fetch. Another island. Gonna have to cycle decree. We need a land drop here. Really badly. And a null. That's exactly what we don't want to see. That has trample. Well, we're up against the wall. We need a land ASAP. And we need them to not have land drop days. Well, there's no time like the present. No days, no days. Thank God, no days. So we can block Arrogant Worm, take 6, gain 4, stay at 8. Oh my goodness. This is stressful. Do I lose because it's a trigger and not actual lifelink? I do. Wow. GG's. I never knew that. Okay. Well, hey, I know for future. Really good games here against Walrus Madness. Sucks we lost, but they were still great. Alrighty, let's hop into the third one. Well, we are on the draw here. You know what? This is a really interesting hand. 5 lands and an AK? Sounds like money to me. A little careful study action, got some madness. Well, this may or may not go good for me. That's a wonder and a roar of the worm straight into the bin. Well, we probably kept a poor hand here, which is okay, that happens. Next turn we can AK. Ooh, a no-lander. Well, we can counter whatever's coming next, I can tell you that much. Well, we're definitely going to AK here. Alrighty. Mishra's Factory, keep them guessing. They don't know what I am. I would maybe counter a careful study here. Not going to lie to you. See what they've been. Deep analysis. I am going to reveal the second color. But I'm going to get some early beats in here. Rare occasion seeing me go on the offensive with this deck. Down their second land. I don't care what it is, it's going to see a counterspell. They have a daze, they have a daze. Yeah, I'm just going to continue this cycle. They cast something, I counter. I mean, we're beginning to close in on legitimate decree of justice territory. Got daze mana up. That's one of their discard enablers. Fortunately, that hurts me more than it helps me right now. That Cataclysm. But that's alright. We have no counter magic up here. We do not have a good cycle up. Third, Aquamoeba. We'll let them have it. We have to. Wow, late game Force Spike probably going to be relevant, which is very hysterical to me. Come on. Oh, I want him to discard a Root Walla so badly here. No way I get an actual Force Spike. That's crazy work. That is bonkers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm gonna just chill. We can get some serious beats in a little while here. Found the green source. Good for them. Probably see a discard here. Yep, Root Walla. That's fine with me. Arrogant Worm as well. Ooh, they messed that up. I feel bad for him, not gonna lie. Never want to see that. You always want to play good games of Magic. That's an MTGO error more than anything else. And we're just gonna cycle. Get 5 little beaters in here. Ooh, GG's. Yeah, it's a bummer on the Root Walla. I feel bad for him. Alright, Crypt is gonna come in. Salted Angel tangles relatively well here. I've been talking with my the person I learned this deck from, Noah, about how we should be setting it up, like for future setups. I think Force Spike on the draw here is a lot worse. They got a little unlucky there. But I don't know where mages should come in. I kind of feel like this is a mage game, but I'm not sure. It is a body on the field, so I'm probably going to toss it in. Humility's a big nombo with the Exalted Angels. Cataclysm is schmedium here. I don't think that's the axis we want to fight on. I'm not going to bring in the annuls, but I am going to leave in the disenchants. By game 3, if we haven't seen a survival, we'll have to cut it out. And probably 1 impulse can go. I'd be tilted too. I mean, I get it. I would legitimately be tilted. All right, this is a nice opening hand. At least we took a game, though. That puts us in a really nice position. And we were on the draw. So we're keeping the 7. I like an early Fairy Conclave. Mull down to 5 from them. Wish I had a counterspell of some kind. It's going to be tough if we see a turn 2 survival here. I haven't seen many Madness decks playing Mox Diamond. I always feel like they should be, but maybe I'm tripping on that front. We'll see if I want to respect the Root Walla or not. We do not. So we are going to be a little slow here, but we're going to fetch up a Plains, and we're just going to eat the Mongrel now. No discards from them. They would have Moldify, which is very unlucky. I'm going to play Island here. I know I got some tap lands coming up. But I think I'm going to dig for Maybe another white source. We'll see. We'll see what we end up with. Hard car waste would be nice here. They're going to fight over an impulse? That's actually not terrible for us at all. Because what we can do here now then, unless they don't even have days up. We'll morph down that. Next turn, we draw an untapped white source, we flip that angel, and we just start beating. I respect what they did. I really do. I'm not going to block, obviously. An AK. I'm not going to attack because they could frantic search. If they do frantic search, yeah, you see what I'm saying? What I do here then is I AK. Spike another AK. We take that. We take that in all flavors. Rootwalla, Arrogant Worm. Yeah, we would have got blown out there. We need white ASAP, though. Because we're going to be losing this race. Well, not really. But we need a white land desperately. Or swords. Swords will help us stabilize for a moment as well. I'm also not opposed to a Wrath of God. With their current board state, it's not horrid. Yeah, I would actually really like a Wrath of, another white source. Okay. Well, you can't always get what you want. Tormod's Crypt here. I think we're just going to have to AK here. Alright. That puts us in a much better position. They can go for... If they have a land drop, they can't kill me here. No blocks. I am just going to swords now. Okay. They have an easy discard to kill the angel. I think I'm at the point, though, where if they pump, that's... And they discard 2. So I want them to spend mana or cards. Let's see. Here they can go to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I'm not going to block. No pump from them either. An Aquamoeba. Please give me a white untapped source right now. Deck is really messing with me. I ain't gonna lie, this is a little frustrating. I had the whole shebang here. This is a perfect moment for a white source to show up. Okay. We're gonna have to lay some blocks down here. No choice in the matter. We're gonna lose some lands in the process. So we really need a second land. A second white source, I should say. Alright. Let's animate using this and this. This is not what I want to do, by the way. This is an absolute desperation move. Block, block, block. If they want to keep their wild mongrel alive, they cost them a card. They can keep both the root wallows alive. I just need a white source. I need them to pitch their card to wild mongrel. Sorry, everyone. And if they cast something right now for some godforsaken reason, I actually have counterspell up. Okay. They're deciding to push damage. Alright, deck. Give me a white, untapped white source. I'll be very specific. Fetch land even works. Oh, GG's. Well, that's exceptionally frustrating. Okay. Okay. Less one angel. Up a powder keg. I think that sounds correct to me. You know what, actually? Let's take this out. I haven't seen anything that makes me want to respect that. I am just going to bring the humility and cataclysm back in. Actually, I'll bring the humility in, but I am going to leave out the cataclysm. What a tough call. I want to bring in this last mage. I think I'm going to drop probably cataclysm. I like humility still. Yeah, I just didn't find the white source. It's going to happen sometimes. Nothing I can do. We will take the draw here, though. All right, keep this. We can meddling mage on curve. Naming probably arrogant worm. Yeah, it was unlucky. But it happens. Okay, there's a treetop village. Ooh. What is it? Basking Root Wallow? So Basking Root Wallow with the meddling mage. See if they want to drop a wild mongrel or not. I don't think they have any way to disrupt me right here. Blue, white. They probably want to fight over this. Wild mongrel. I don't know what the correct names are here, everybody, as well. Do not be taking what I'm doing as gospel. Can't attack in. Stonewalled. I can pop off an AK here end a turn, hopefully find a land for a FOF. Probably have a frantic search. Or naturalize. Okay. That's fine with me. Took out my disenchants, but it doesn't even matter. It doesn't work on Treetop Village. Blue and white for an AK. They want to go to war over an AK. Boyle. A long way. Okay. Give me a land. Perfect. Pop a Foff. Pray there's no days. Oh, darn. I tried to sneak it in there. Was that the right call? Probably not. But I tried to get them with their shields down. I gotta play to my outs here. Treetop Village is a real issue, though. You can't sit here and act like it isn't. Okay. I don't want to slam this Exalted Angel until I know that my coast is clear. I think they got Arrogant Worm mana now, if I'm correct. Alright, I got another AK then. I don't got nothing to worry about. I would love to find a counterspell right now. The world has other plans for me. Aquamoeba. Fairy Conclave is actually going to put a legitimate time. Or clock on, I should say. We'll probably counter this. Yeah. It's going to cost them a life to do so. 6-turn clock with the Conclave. Nope. That's okay with me. Okay. We can't lay any blocks down on Aquamoeba, which is a bummer in itself. They are close to Arrogant Worm time. They can get in with the Amoeba. That's fine with me. Because if they want to continually hit for 3, they're going to have to keep discarding. Yeah. Maybe they have the juice to do it, though. I'm not going to sit here in front on that. There's an impulse. We like to see that. Fairy Conclave gets a boot up. We're going to be tilted if they just discard a wonder right now. Okay. Got an impulse and response. Arrogant Worm's what, 3? 1, 2, 3. They still got 3 up. How do I want to handle this? I think I want Crypt. A hard counter there would have been ideal. But you can't always get what you want. We're going to take 7. Treetop comes up. I think we should just take the 10, go to 7. Yep, discard and naturalize. That's going to be very nice for us. I would like to see some mana used to clear one of these mages. That would be an ideal world. Colorless white. Salted Angel. Come on. Come on. Ha, ha, ha. No, he can discard 2 more. I just realized that. They can discard 2 more. No. No. They just discard, and I lose. I didn't even think about that. Man, this is a tough deck to pilot. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4 on the flip. I should have just played it and flipped it instead of being a butt wipe. Okay, Rootwalla. I screwed this up. Yeah, I screwed this up big time. GG's. Well, I messed that up. I should have played that on a morph side. And then I needed to play morph and morph. But didn't really matter, even if they would have circular logic. Yeah, I was just trapped. Hey, it is what it is. Got taken down by madness. They feel very good against us. You had me either way. GG's. Good games against the opponent Magic player, 91. Very, very close. They're correct on that. Topping the outro. Well, we're currently 1-2 in the league. We took down Green-Black Rack, and then we dropped 2 straight matches to Blue-Green Madness. Basically, haven't really played against Madness for most of my time playing in the last couple of months. But just ran into 2 of them this league and just could not handle them. But I was really glad to play them still, because let's be honest, the games were good. That's what I like about this. So that's my favorite thing about Magic, actually. Regardless of whether or not I win or lose, if I play a good game of Magic, I'm still happy. I'm not mad about those losses, especially that last one. It was close as all can be. And the game before that was even closer. So extremely, extremely close. I love playing tight matches. I think it's a ton of fun. If you're watching this and you're like, man, he misplayed a ton, you're right. I probably did. Sorry. I'm very new to the whole archetype of true control, but I think this deck's a lot of fun. Definitely not the best version of this deck. I've been speaking with Noah, as I noted previously. We've done a ton of discussions about what should be in the sideboard, main board, etc., etc. I really do like the way this deck plays currently. It's doing a lot of work for me. I just, we could get rid of the 4 spikes and just tune some stuff up in the sideboard to be a bit better. Get rid of the forbid most likely, but it's not a big deal. This deck's a ton of fun. I haven't piloted well, and obviously I'm 1-2. It's not the best record right now. I'm out of playoff contention. Didn't think I was going to get there anyway. Being my first time playing this deck on a league, but regardless, I'm still having fun. I'm enjoying it. This version of control lets you be a bit more proactive, and it lets you really test your skill, and I am in love with that. So I hope everybody enjoyed. I appreciate you tuning in. If you leave me a comment down below, I appreciate you even more, because I love chatting with you all. So excited to get into the next half of the league, in all honesty. So without further ado, This has been 3-2 Brew. Until next time, cheers.